please maintain silence.
Good afternoon to one and all present here on behalf of Bmcmi Public School. Today we have gathered here to celebrate the World Science Day for Peace and Development. This day highlights the important role that science has in society. To begin with, God speaks in the silence of the heart. Listening is the beginning of prayer. A beautiful song should lift our heart, warm the soul, and make you feel divine. So let's begin with our prayer song.
Bless the Lord, O my soul, O my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, O my soul. I'll worship Your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, O my soul, O my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, O my soul. I'll worship Your holy name. You're rich in love and you're slow to anger. Your name is great and Your heart is kind. For all Your goodness I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, O my soul, O my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, O my soul. I'll worship Your holy name. Yes, Lord, I worship Your holy name.
Thank you. We feel blessed indeed. We are extremely happy to have you all with us today as we celebrate the World Science Day for Peace and Development. The purpose of this day is to strengthen public awareness of the role of science for peaceful and sustainable societies. It also underlines the importance of science in our daily lives. Without taking much of your time, let me gladly invite Akshaya to welcome the gathering.
Good evening to one and all for being here with us today as we celebrate the World Science Day. I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to the most humble and down-to-earth person, our manager, Reverend Father Rupert Panikulam CMI. We feel proud to welcome you, Father. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Mrs. Swati Lakshmi Venu, a clinical nutritionist, assistant professor, and also a PhD scholar at Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences and Research Center, Kochi. She has specialized in nutrition, in cardiovascular thoracic surgery, and also in nutritional genomics. She has worked in Lourdes Hospital and Healthify Me as a dietitian and an assistant professor at St. Teresa's College, Ernakulam. She writes nutrition-related articles for Rajagiri Media. Ma'am, it's our pride to have your delighted presence on this occasion as the guest of honor today. The entire Bharat Mata family welcomes you to the occasion, ma'am. A good teacher and monitor can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. I consider it a great honor to welcome our most energetic, dedicated, and encouraging principal, Reverend Father Lintesh Anthony CMI. Great welcome to you, Father. With great respect, I welcome our administrator, Reverend Father Paul Parayal CMI. Hearty welcome to you, Father. I welcome all my parents and my dear teachers and all my dear friends who are present here and who are watching us live. Once again, welcome you all.
Thank you, Akshaya. Science generates solutions for everyday life and helps us to answer the mysteries of the universe. In other words, science is one of the most important channels of knowledge. The concept of Science Club is to build a student's self-esteem and are trained in leadership, teamwork, analytical thinking, problem solving, time management, and discovering their talents. To accomplish great things, we must not only plan, but also execute. I think we all agree on this, right? To know this, I request our science in charge, teacher Miss Priya, to present the Science Club report.
Good afternoon, respected manager, Reverend Father Rupert Panikulam CMI, Honorable Chief Guest Ms. Swati Lakshmi Venu, Assistant Professor, Department of Clinical Nutrition, AIMS Kochi, our Principal, Reverend Father Lintesh Anthony CMI, Administrator, Reverend Father Paul Parayal CMI, PTA President, Mr. Rajesh Shekhar, parents, dear students, and my fellow teachers. It's a small step for me, but a great leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong, the first man to set foot on the moon, said this when he landed on the moon. These words are relevant here as we embark on simple but new programs under the Science Club because they go a long way in the development of scientific taste, knowledge, and research in the students and encourage them to take part in individual and group activities. It helps them to improve scientific attitude and provide opportunities for practice in scientific method. The Science Club of our school for the academic year 2021-22 was officially inaugurated on 15th August 2021 by Reverend Father Anil Talakotur CMI, Director, Childline Palakkad, and Head of Counseling Department, Bharat Mata CMI Public School. Almost 357 students joined the club. This year started off well with the gardening contest, Green Summer, during the summer holidays amidst the pandemic. It helped children develop new skills and learn about science and nature. The contest helped the students to go organic and grow their own food in their respective home garden. The contest was launched on May 1st, 2021 and spanned for 75 days. Competitions were of two varieties, flower gardening and vegetable gardening. The contest encouraged organic farming. During the period of 75 days, students were regularly monitored and evaluated and were asked to send the photos and Excel sheets with the observations from their garden on regular intervals. The contestants had to send a final product weighing video, an experience sharing video, and a summary write-up of their garden. Almost 40 to 45 students participated in this contest, from whom 26 were selected as they had completed the 75 days of gardening. All the participants were considered as winners, but as it was a competition, we announced the first 3 prizes. The prize distribution of the gardening contest was done by our Honorable Principal, Reverend Father Lindesh Anthony CMI, on September 3rd. As an extended activity of the gardening contest, plants and manure were distributed on 25th October by our Principal, Reverend Father Lindesh Anthony CMI. Students were regularly asked to update the growth of those plants. Thus, we aim to have an organic vegetable garden throughout the year in the campus. The month of September is considered as National Nutrition Month. As part of this, Science Club organized a webinar for students of grade 9 to 12 on 25th September 2021 through Google Meet. The topic of the webinar was Healthy Food and Nutrition in Times of Pandemic. The resource person for webinar was Ms. Swadhilakshmi Venu, Assistant Professor, Department of Clinical Nutrition, Amrita Institute of Medical Science and Research Center, Kochi. The webinar was very informative and interactive. The concerns raised by the parents and students regarding their diet were addressed by Dr. Swadhilakshmi. She explained about health and COVID-19 immune system booster. As part of the World Science Day celebration, the Science Club introduced various activities for grades 6 to 8 students. The activities include Young Scholar. This activity was given only for grade 8. Participants presented a lecture on any topic related to science. Sculptor and modeling. Students made models both working and still. Master electronics. Students made electronic circuit. Chemist. They did experiments based on chemistry in everyday life. Physicists, experiments based on physics. Biologists, they did experiments based on biology. Young naturalists, students observed some biological phenomena. For all the above activities, participants had to send a video of their work, summary write-ups, etc. The winner of the Young Scholar will be given the title Young Scholar. The winners of the rest of the activities, the winner will get the title as Golden and Silver Ring. In the upcoming months, we have decided to conduct more exciting scientific activities for all the grades. We look forward to the support and cooperation of all the parents, students, and teachers in all the future activities of the Science Club. In the words of Helen Keller, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Let's all hope to discover many more young scholars, scientists, and researchers from Bharatamada CMI Public School. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure this report has made everybody aware about our continuous efforts. I would request our manager, Reverend Father Rupert Panikulam, to address the gathering.
Reverend members of in the dais, beloved teachers, most dear students. Today we have been here for celebrating the World Science for Peace and Development. It's a very important subject so far as each individual as well as a community is concerned. Science, is a special topic which attracts everybody. Now most of the branches of knowledge have turned to the scientific way of doing something. Earlier, humanities were not touching the science. But now all the humanities, even economics, the logic, etc., have got some bearing with the science. You know, in the science, one important thing is that the observation. We deal with something outside, and where we see some kind of changes. When the changes come, we are struck up. Why the changes has taken place? So we try to analyze it. We try to observe more closely, and finally we see whether it is repeated when proper conditions are offered. I'll say an example. Say, for example, when somebody was shaking a solution with a thermometer, the thermometer broke and the mercury just fell down in that solution. Immediately the solution turned blue, and everybody was thinking, why this solution has turned into blue? And proper investigations have been done, and finally they understood that it is because of the indigo formation. You know, in Malayalam, Neelam, that indigo formation has done. So they started how this indigo is produced, and they found out that some kind of leaves are taken from the tropical area terrain, and it is boiled with alkali, and then it is oxidized, then it is dried, and these are some chemical reactions. Then finally they could see that it is precipitated, forming small granules, and that become indigo, which we are now using in our laundry department. So the close observation is very essential in the scientific mind. So if you want to be more scientific, the observation is very, very important. Not simply looking at something, not seeing something, but closely observing things will only reveal what the reality is. So that kind of mentality should be developed from the younger ages, so that it may bear fruit in the long run of our life. So this scientific, the day of science may be a reminder that we have to observe things correctly, deeply, and effectively, so that it may be useful for human beings, for peace, as well as the development of the humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Your words were really inspiring. Now further, I would like to invite our chief guest, Ms. Swatilakshmi Venu, to grace us with her thoughts and experience.
Good afternoon, Father Rupert, Father Lintesh, sir, Principal, and Father Administrator, and all the teachers and my lovely students present here. I hope I'm audible enough. Will you believe me if I tell you all that I'm super nervous right now? Yeah? Okay, cool. So it's pretty obvious. Okay, so I saw your sanitizer. I'm sure that's one of your innovations done by one of the students, is it? Yeah, can I see Ashwin? Oh, wow. I didn't expect such a young person to have done this. That's amazing. Very good. It's brilliant. Yeah? So in my generation, when I used to be a kid, the kind of experiments that we used to do for science projects were volcanoes and solar cookers and stuff like those, which were pretty basic. But then you guys are doing amazing stuff, talking about climate change and rocket science and making these automatic sanitizers. That's amazing. It's so good to see, and it's so inspiring. That really makes me nervous talking in front of you all. I really doubt if I'm smart enough to talk in front of you all. So yeah, okay, all right. So we know that, we know about the Big Bang Theory and how it was discovered. So about like 100, 500 years back it was discovered. But then we know that we Indians are so smart. In our scriptures, in our ancient scriptures, it was discovered like 5,000 years ago. And here we are sitting, we can do wonders. We can create so many big changes. It's just you have to observe, like Father said, you have to observe, you have to see the minute things in everything which is around you. You have to look at the details and then find out what is there in it and understand the beauty of it. So I heard ma'am saying that you are doing a lot of organic farming projects. That's wonderful. So you did farming projects and you cultivated. Are the students here who did those? Yeah? Oh, cool. And I also heard my mother told me that you guys did projects on rocket science and did presentations on it. Wow. Brilliant. So that's good. So you have really good potential to do a lot of things. So we have to do, so research is all about finding out and reading and, observing the details and everything. So everything around you, so climate change is the biggest. So you know that global climate change meeting is going on right now, environment global meeting is going on right now, right? So what is happening? So do you know what is happening? Does anybody know what is happening? Have they taken any decisions yet? No. They're just going on and on. So so what can we do as part of it? How are we responsible for it? So you're the future generation. Everything is in your hands. So your future generation, for them to see, for your next generation, if they want to live in this planet with all the resources and facilities that you all are getting, you have to work for it. You have to work hard. We have to work hard. Am I right? So what are you going to do about it? What do you think you can do about it? The minimum things. So you're finding out different things. You're making new discoveries and innovating stuff you're creating. So that's one way of doing it. What is the other way of doing it? So simple as. So nutrition is my field. I can go and on about nutrition for hours. So nutrition. So what about nutrition? So food is something that you can have a control on. Try to choose locally available varieties. That's something you can do. Yeah, so go for coconut oil instead of olive oil. Go for rice and wheat instead of oats. So these are certain things that you can do which will bring about climate change. How do you think that was going to bring climate change? Yeah, eating rice instead of oats or having coconut oil instead of olive oil. How do you think that will bring about a change? See, when we are having something which is locally available, you are promoting the farmers over here. When you're promoting the farmers, you are making them, so you're encouraging them to have more land and they'll cultivate more. And as in how you're having fresh and locally available vegetables and fruits and crops, you are encouraging them to have fresh, so you'll get fresh feeds, fresh food from them instead of these genetically modified foods that you get nowadays. All of these use a lot of, so all of these genetically modified foods basically, they are artificially made. So they're artificially engineered to be a certain way, to stay fresh. So all of these olives and oats that you get here, they have a lot of preservatives. And what are these preservatives? They are just increasing the carbon footprint. Am I right? So when you are having these kind of foods, you're just basically ruining the environment. So try to have local foods. Try to go for not just local foods, be it clothes or whatever. So go for, instead of going for something made in USA or made in China, go for something Indian made. Okay? Especially foods. When it comes to foods, choose foods which are locally available, every food. So go to your roots. Your grandmother used to be healthy, eating all the foods that they used to eat. Nowadays we think, oh, ghee, it's going to make me fat, Amma, don't give me ghee. This is something I hear from even the smallest of children. Yeah? You didn't say that? No? Okay. So the children say that, eating ghee. So they want pizzas and burgers and pasta. They prefer that instead of having curd rice or sambar rice. Sambar rice and curd rice is not cool, is it? Pizzas sound cool. On Instagram, they look good. Yeah? But it's not doing good for your planet, dear. That's something that we need to understand here. So that's why we are here. We are talking about peace and development. So how are we going to bring that? It starts from the root. It starts from your stomach. If you're having the right kind of food, the ones that is locally available, definitely you can bring about a small change at least. Okay. Try to avoid the use of plastics. This is the basic that everybody knows. So try to reuse your cloth covers and everything. So if you go to, so in most of the markets nowadays you don't get plastic, but still there are some places which get plastics, and we do pay extra for getting these plastic bags, whether we, need it or not. We just lazy enough to carry a cloth bag along with us. So this is something. So children, when they learn it, when you guys learn it and implement it, definitely your parents will learn it. Your parents will learn from it, and they'll also start implementing. Students and children are the greatest changers for the world. You are the leaders. You are going to lead the world. So you have to decide to change, and you have to bring about the change. So be the change that you want to see. Like Gandhiji said, so if you want to see a change, you have to be the change. Am I right? All right. So I think I'll wind up. I don't want to take a lot of your time. So just I hope you all become responsible human beings and work for a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your enriching and thoughtful message.
As a token of appreciation, I would like to request our Manager Father, Rupert Panikulam, to give away the bouquet and shawl, and Principal Father, Lintesh Anthony, to give away the memento. And as a token of love and appreciation, we would also like to present an indoor plant to Swadhalakshmi ma'am. May I now also request our Honorable Principal Father, Lintesh Anthony, to speak a few words.
Respected guests honored of the stage, my dear students, teachers and parents. Today we celebrate World Science Day. My simple message, make use of the opportunities that you are getting these days, because the opportunities that we got is less when it is compared to you. I just wanted to pinpoint one single incident I met when I was studying 7th standard. I hate maths, but my PG is in maths. I hate chemistry still. But I still remember one day when I was studying 7th standard, I went out from the chemistry class saying that I need to attend in the drawing competition to make myself escape from the chemistry class. But the bad part was that I was even made out of the drawing competition. So why I said this, the kind of opportunities to make yourself, the exposure that you are getting these days are enormous. You have textbook, you have class teachers, you have talks, speeches, and more than that, these days you have social medias, YouTube. Many opportunities are in front of you to make yourself, you show your potential. When it is compared to the olden days, it was less. So my simple message, make use of all your potential talents at your younger age, so that you can make yourself a known scientist in the upcoming years. I see the future scientist, physicist, chemist, biologist in front of this front line. Let these kind of occasions motivates you to make yourself more potential and talented. Wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. It was indeed motivating. I quote Albert Einstein, "You do not really understand something unless you can explain it to your grandmother." Unquote. With that being said, I would like to call upon Advait to speak about the World Science Day.
Respected Manager, Reverend Father Rupert Panikulam, Chief Guest of the Day, Ms. Swatilakshmi Venu, Principal, Reverend Father Lintesh Anthony, Administrator, Reverend Father Paul Parayil, PTA President, Mr. Reggie Shager, parents, teachers, and my dear friends, a very good evening to all. Today, I am glad to have an opportunity to speak about World Science Day on this special occasion. Before I start, I would like to ask you a question. What do you know about science? Or how much do you know about science? Yeah, that's right. Many more answers, please. Nothing is right or wrong. Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's also right. Many more answers. You can tell. Nothing is right or wrong here. You can continue. Yeah, that's also right, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you all. Now, let me continue. The term science is derived from the Latin word scientia, meaning knowledge. Isaac Newton said that what we know about science is a drop, and what we don't know is the ocean. World Science Day for Peace and Development is an international day that is celebrated on November 10th every year. It highlights the important role that science has in society and the need to engage wider publics on emerging scientific issues. By linking science more closely with society, World Science Day aims to ensure that citizens are kept informed of the developments in science. This year, we celebrate the 20th edition of World Science Day for Peace and Development. With climate change becoming a serious threat to the billions of lives of people and the planet, the theme given by United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization called UNESCO is Building Climate-Ready Communities. The World Science Day was proposed at the World Conference on Science held in Budapest, Hungary in July 1999. It had been co-organized by UNESCO and the International Science Council, in which many delegates voiced support for greater awareness on science. Thus, in 2001, a World Science Day was proclaimed and celebrated for the first time on 10th November 2002. The objectives of World Science Day are, first, to strengthen public awareness on the role of science for peaceful and sustainable societies. Second, to promote national and international solidarity for shared science between countries. Third, it focuses to renew national and international commitment for the use of science for the benefit of societies. Lastly, it draws attention to the challenges faced by science in raising support for the scientific endeavor. With this, the World Science Day has generated many concrete projects, programs, and funding for science around the world. The day has helped to foster cooperation between scientists living in regions marked by conflict. The day also underlines the role of scientists who play in broadening our understanding of the planet we call home and in making our societies more sustainable. Let me conclude with the famous words of Albert Einstein. The most important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Friends, what I would like to say is that when you come across anything in your life, you should ask at least 100 questions to it, because your curiosity is highly valuable and can cause a change in the world. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Advait. That was really informative. I believe your grandmother understands. I request PTA President to facilitate the gathering.
എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട കുട്ടികളെ, രക്ഷിതാക്കളെ, ടീച്ചർമാരെ, വേദിയിലിരിക്കുന്ന വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികൾ, പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും സ്വതലക്ഷ്മി വേണു, അവർ വളരെ രസമായിട്ടാണ് നമ്മളോട് സംസാരിച്ചത്. കാരണം വെച്ചാൽ 5000 വർഷം മുമ്പ് നിന്ന് ഇന്നത്തെ പിസയും ബർഗറും വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്കുള്ള ബദലുകളെക്കുറിച്ചാണ്, നമുക്ക് പകരമായിട്ട് എന്ത് ഉപയോഗിക്കാമെന്നുള്ള കൃത്യമായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു. ഇൻസ്റ്റാഗ്രാമിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു, സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയയെക്കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും ഇത്തരത്തിലൊരു സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ് എന്ന നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരു വികസനത്തിലേക്കാണ് പീസ് ആൻഡ് ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ് ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു മെസ്സേജ് ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് വളരെ വ്യക്തമായും വിശദമായും സംസാരിച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞു. പിന്നെ അതുപോലെ തന്നെ വേദിയിൽ നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ഫാദർ പറഞ്ഞു, ഫാദർ മാത്സാണ്, ഫാദർ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ എല്ലാത്തിനും കൃത്യമായും കണക്കും ഒരു കണിശതുള്ള ഒരാൾ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പോലും ഫാദർ അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത് ഒരേ സമയം തന്നെ സാഹിത്യത്തെയും ഒക്കെ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്ന ഒരാൾ, ഒരേ സമയം തന്നെ ഐൻസ്റ്റീനെയും ബഷീറിനെയും സ്നേഹിക്കുന്ന, ബഷീറിനെ അറിയാലോ അല്ലേ, എൻ്റെ പൂപ്പാക്കൻ്റെ ഒരു ആന ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു ആനവാരിയും പൊൻകുരിശും, ഒരു ആനനെ കൊട്ടയിൽ കോരി കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ നോക്കിയ രാമനായരെ കഥ പറഞ്ഞ ബഷീറിനെയും ആൽബർട്ട് ഐൻസ്റ്റീനെയും ഒരേ സമയത്ത് സ്നേഹിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പ്രിൻസിപ്പളാണ് നമുക്കുള്ളത്. ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട നമ്മുടെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പൾ, പിന്നെ റൂപ്പർട്ട് ഫാദർ, പോൾ ഫാദർ അടക്കമുള്ള എല്ലാ ആളുകളെയും അഭിവാദ്യം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ഈ സയൻസ് ഡേ ദിവസത്തിൽ വളരെ ചുരുങ്ങിയ സമയം 1-2 മിനിറ്റ് കൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ 1-2 കാര്യങ്ങൾ മാത്രം പറയാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുകയാണ്. ഒന്ന്, എനിക്ക് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഇഷ്ടമായത് ഈ ദിവസങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ ഞാൻ കണ്ട ഏറ്റവും വലിയ പ്രത്യേകത, ഓരോരോ മിടുക്കന്മാർ ഓരോ ദിവസം മുന്നോട്ട് വരുന്നു, ഓരോരോ മിടുക്കന്മാർ അവിടെ ഇരുന്നുകൊണ്ട് മറുപടി പറയണമെന്നാണ്. ഇന്ന് അദ്വൈതാണെങ്കിൽ മലയാള ദിനത്തിൽ അതിമനോഹരമായൊരു പ്രസംഗം കേരള പിറവിയെക്കുറിച്ച് നമുക്ക് കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റി. ഇന്ന് സയൻസിനെ കുറിച്ച് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനിങ്, അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു പ്രാധാന്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച്, എന്താണ് സയൻസ്, ഇവിടെ നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കുക, അവിടെ നിന്ന് മറുപടി വരുമ്പോൾ അതൊരു അഡ്വഞ്ചറാണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വിഗാലാൻഡിൽ പോകുന്ന ഒരു ടൂർ പോലെയാണ് സയൻസ് എന്നുള്ള രസകരമായൊരു മറുപടിയാണ് കിട്ടിയത്. അതൊരു മെത്തഡോളജിയാണ്, അത് നോളജാണ്, അറിയുന്നതൊരു തുള്ളിയാണ്, അറിയാനുള്ളൊരു സമുദ്രം ബാക്കി കിടക്കുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന് തിരിച്ചറിയുന്ന വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളാണ് നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിക്കുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളതിൽ രക്ഷിതാവ് എന്നുള്ള നിലയ്ക്ക്, ഒരു PTA പ്രസിഡന്റ് എന്ന നിലയ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ അങ്ങേയറ്റം അഭിമാനം കൊള്ളുകയാണ്. ആ കുട്ടികൾക്ക്, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏവർക്കും വേണ്ടി അറിയാനുള്ളത് തുള്ളി, നിങ്ങൾ അറിയാൻ പോകുന്നത് സമുദ്രം എന്നുള്ള ആ തിരിച്ചറിവാണ് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ അറിവ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ. അപ്പം നോക്കുക, ഗൂഗിളാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് തരിക, ഗൂഗിളിൽ നിന്ന് എല്ലാ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസും കിട്ടും. പക്ഷേ ഇത്തരത്തിൽ നമ്മളെ സയൻസ് ടീച്ചറെ പോലെ, നമ്മളെ സോഷ്യൽ സ്റ്റഡീസിൻ്റെ ടീച്ചറെ പോലെ, നമ്മളെ മലയാളം ടീച്ചറെ പോലെ, നമ്മളെ സ്കൂളിലെ ടീച്ചർമാർ നടത്തുന്ന ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള മാതൃകാപരമായ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളുടെ ഗുണഫലം ഭാവിയിൽ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിൽ യാതൊരു സംശയവുമില്ല. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, ടീച്ചർ നേരത്തെ പറയേണ്ടത് ആർട്ടിഫിഷ്യൽ ഇൻ്റലിജൻസിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു. സിംഗുലാരിറ്റി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു ടേം 10 വർഷത്തിന് ശേഷം ഒരു പക്ഷേ ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ സൂം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ പുതിയൊരു പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം നമ്മൾ പരിചയപ്പെട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞു, ഓൺലൈൻ. ഇത് എവിടെ നിന്ന് വന്നതാണ്, ഇത് എന്തിൻ്റെ ഉൽപ്പന്നമാണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ സയൻസിൻ്റെ ആണ്. ഇതൊന്നും തുടങ്ങിയതല്ല, വളരെ വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് മുമ്പ് നടത്തപ്പെട്ട കണ്ടുപിടുത്തങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു ഘോഷയാത്രയിൽ ചക്രം മുതൽ ഇങ്ങനെ തുടർച്ചയായ കണ്ടുപിടുത്തങ്ങൾ, ഇങ്ങനെ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരുന്നു. വിമാനം അടക്കമുള്ള കണ്ടുപിടുത്തങ്ങൾ അല്ലേ, ഇങ്ങനെ ഘോഷയാത്രയാണ്. അതിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും അവസാനം വന്ന് നിൽക്കുന്ന ടെസ്ല, അപ്പോൾ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും, ബാറ്ററി കാറുകളും സോളാർ കാറുകളും നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയും കേട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഗൂഗിളിൻ്റെ പുതിയ കാറ് റീചാർജ് ചെയ്യുന്ന അതെങ്ങനെയെന്ന് കണ്ട ഭയങ്കര രസകരമായ ഗൂഗിൾ കാറ്, ഡ്രൈവർ ഇല്ലാത്ത ഒരു ഗൂഗിൾ കാറാണ് ഒന്ന് ആക്സിഡൻ്റ് ആയത് എവിടെ, അമേരിക്കയിൽ. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ താൽക്കാലികമായിട്ട് ടെമ്പററി ആയിട്ട് ഒന്നത് പതുക്കെ സ്ലോ ആയിട്ടുള്ളത്. പക്ഷേ അത് ആക്സിഡൻ്റ് ആവാനുള്ള കാരണം ആരാ? നമ്മളാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഫീഡ് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുത്ത വഴി ശരിയില്ല, ഗൂഗിൾ വഴി തെറ്റിച്ചു എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പറയാം. ഗൂഗിളല്ല വഴി തെറ്റിക്കണത്, നമ്മളാണ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. സയൻസിൽ നല്ലതും ചീത്തയൊന്നുമില്ല. സെൻസറിന് എല്ലാ സമയത്തും നമ്മളത് ഇങ്ങനെ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കും. E=mc² നമുക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു തന്ന ആൽബർട്ട് ഐൻസ്റ്റീനോട് ഒരാൾ ചോദിച്ചു, അടുത്ത ജന്മത്തിൽ ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ ആവാനാണോ ആഗ്രഹം എന്ന് ചോദിച്ച സമയത്ത് ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ E=mc² കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിൽ വെച്ച് നമ്മൾ സയൻസിനെ നല്ല രീതിയിലും മോശം രീതിയിലൊക്കെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാം. ആൽഫ്രഡ് നോബൽ നമ്മൾ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. നോബൽ പറയപ്പെടുന്നത് നോബൽ പ്രൈസിൻ്റെ മുകളിലാണ്. സമാധാനത്തിനുള്ള നോബൽ പ്രൈസ് കൊടുക്കുന്ന, സയൻസിന് സാഹിത്യത്തിനൊക്കെ നോബൽ പ്രൈസ് കൊടുക്കുന്ന, സാമ്പത്തിക ശാസ്ത്രത്തിന് നോബൽ പ്രൈസ് കൊടുക്കുന്ന, ലോകത്തിന് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ പ്രൈസ് കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഒരാളായിട്ടെന്ന് അറിയപ്പെടാൻ കാരണം അദ്ദേഹം മരിച്ചതായിട്ടൊരു ന്യൂസ് പത്രത്തിൽ വായിക്കുക. ഈ ആൽഫ്രഡ് നോബൽ മരിച്ചപ്പോൾ ആ ന്യൂസ് എന്താ കണ്ടെച്ചാൽ മരണത്തിൻ്റെ വ്യാപാരി മരണപ്പെട്ടു എന്നാണ് കണ്ടത്. മരണത്തിൻ്റെ വ്യാപാരി. അദ്ദേഹം സൃഷ്ടിച്ചത് മുഴുവൻ ഡൈനാമിറ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു. സയൻസ് അങ്ങനെ വേണമെങ്കിലും ഉപയോഗിക്കാം, മനുഷ്യരെ കൊല്ലാൻ വേണമെങ്കിലും ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്താം. നിങ്ങളെല്ലാം കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ യന്ത്രൻ? മോഹൻലാൽ എന്നാണ് വരുന്നത്, രജനീകാന്തിൻ്റെ സിനിമ കാണാത്ത ആളുകൾ അപൂർവമായിരിക്കും. അതിൽ നമ്മൾ ചിട്ടി റോബോട്ടിനെ നമ്മൾ പ്രോഗ്രാം ചെയ്ത് വിടുകയാണ്. ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള റോബോട്ടുകളൊക്കെ ആ പ്രോഗ്രാം എന്താണോ, നമ്മളെന്താണോ ഫീഡ് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കുന്നത് അതാണ് കിട്ടുക അല്ലേ. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിലെന്താ വെച്ചാൽ ഈ സയൻസിൽ എല്ലാ സമയത്തും ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനിങ് ആണ്. അത്തരത്തിൽ ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു വേദി ഈ സ്കൂളിൽ, ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള പല വേദികളും ഈ സ്കൂളിൽ തുറക്കപ്പെടണമെന്നുള്ള ഏറ്റവും വലിയ രസം എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ ഇതൊരു CBSE സ്കൂളാണ്. ഞാൻ ഒന്നുകൂടി ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്, ഇതൊരു CBSE സ്കൂളാണ്. സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള സ്കൂളുകളിൽ ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാനുള്ള സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം വളരെ കുറവായിരിക്കും. പക്ഷേ നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂളിൻ്റെ പ്രത്യേകത എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഡ്രീം ഡെയർ ഡെലിവർ എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മളുടെ മോട്ടോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ക്യാപ്ഷൻ. എല്ലാ സമയത്തും നമ്മൾ ആ ക്യാപ്ഷനിലേക്കാണ് പോകുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ സ്വപ്നം കാണുകയും സ്വപ്നം കാണാൻ പ്രേരിപ്പിക്കുകയും ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കുകയും നിരന്തരമായി അതിൽ ഇടപെടുകയും ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു കൂട്ടം അധ്യാപകരുടെ ഒരു കൂട്ടം തീർച്ചയായും നമ്മുടെ വിഷനിലേക്ക് നമ്മൾ വൈകാതെ എത്തുന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിൽ യാതൊരു സംശയവുമില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യം, പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ചീഫ് ഗസ്റ്റ് പറഞ്ഞു ബി ദ ചേഞ്ച് എന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. മാറ്റങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് വരുത്താൻ പറ്റും. ആരിൽ മാറ്റം വരുത്താൻ പറ്റും? നമ്മളിൽ തന്നെ മാറ്റം വരുത്താൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ബി ദ ചേഞ്ച്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ തന്നെ ആവണം ആ ചേഞ്ച്. ഈ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മളെല്ലാ സമയത്തും നമ്മളോട് ചോദിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ള സത്യം. രാവിലെ അമ്മ വിളിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത്, അച്ഛൻ വിളിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത്, മോളെ എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് നമ്മൾ ചോദിക്കും, എന്താ വേണ്ട, എണീക്കണോ വേണ്ടേ, ആരോട് ചോദിച്ചു. നമ്മളോട് തന്നെ നമ്മൾ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ എല്ലാ സമയത്തും ചോദിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇയാൾ എന്തോ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണോ, അദ്ദേഹം എന്തോ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, അല്ലേ? അത്തരത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാൻ, നമ്മളോട് ചോദിക്കുന്ന ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ, സംശയങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പുറത്തു നിന്ന് അറിയാനുള്ള ധാരാളം സംവിധാനങ്ങൾ ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂളിൽ തന്നെ ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ക്ലബ്ബുകളിൽ ഉണ്ട് എന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിൽ വളരെ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. ഒരു PTA പ്രസിഡന്റ് എന്നുള്ള നിലയ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ അങ്ങേയറ്റം അതിൽ അഭിമാനിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യണം. എന്തായാലും നമ്മൾ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കേണ്ട ഒരൊറ്റ കാര്യം, ഫോക്കസ്ഡ് ആവണം. സയൻസ് ആണെങ്കിലും സോഷ്യൽ ആണെങ്കിലും. ഞാൻ പഠിച്ചത്, ഫാദർ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ആലോചിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു, ഞാൻ സ്കൂളിൽ എന്താണ് പഠിച്ചത്, കോളേജിൽ എന്താണ് പഠിച്ചത്, ഇപ്പോൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന ജോലി എന്താണ്. 7ാം ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഫാദറിന് മാത്സ് ഇഷ്ടമല്ലെങ്കിൽ, നമ്മൾ ഇഷ്ടമല്ലാത്തതാണ് ആദ്യം പഠിക്കുക. ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സമയം ചിലവഴിക്കേണ്ടത്, ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുന്ന സമയത്തും ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സമയം പഠിക്കുക നമ്മൾ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട സബ്ജക്റ്റാണ്. ഫാദർ നേരെ തിരിച്ചാണ് ചെയ്തത്. മാത്സിന് ഇഷ്ടമല്ലെങ്കിൽ മാത്സിന് കൂടുതൽ സമയം കൊടുത്ത് മാത്സിൽ PG എടുത്തു. മാത്സിലാണ് PG എടുത്തത്. അപ്പോൾ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു രസകരമായ കാര്യം എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ, ഇതിന് ശേഷം നിങ്ങൾ +1 +2 പോകുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള പഠിക്കുക. ഞാൻ പഠിച്ചത് കൊമേഴ്സാണ്, സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിച്ചിട്ടേ ഇല്ല. അതൊരു സയൻസും അല്ല ആർട്ടും അല്ല, എന്നാൽ അത് സയൻറ്റിഫിക് പ്രൂഫും ഉണ്ട്. ബുക്ക് കീപ്പിംഗ് ക്യാൻ ബി ഡിഫൈൻഡ് ആസ് ദി ആർട്ട് ആൻഡ് സയൻസ് ഓഫ് കീപ്പിംഗ് എ സിസ്റ്റമാറ്റിക് റെക്കോർഡ് ഓഫ് ബിസിനസ് ട്രാൻസാക്ഷൻസ് ഇൻ എ സെറ്റ് ഓഫ് ബുക്സ്. ഇവിടെ പറയാൻ വേണ്ടി പഠിച്ചതല്ല, ഇത് ഏത് ഉറക്കത്തിൽ ചോദിച്ചാലും പറയും. കാരണം എന്നെ പഠിപ്പിച്ച അധ്യാപകനെ എനിക്ക് അത്ര ഇഷ്ടമായിരുന്നു. മണ്ണാർക്കാട് MES കല്ലടി കോളേജിലെ ബഷീർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന അധ്യാപകനെ എനിക്ക് അത്ര ഇഷ്ടമായതുകൊണ്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് ഡെബിറ്റും ക്രെഡിറ്റും എന്ത് നിങ്ങൾ ചോദിച്ചാലും, എന്ത് സംശയം ചോദിച്ചാലും എൻ്റെ എൻസൈക്ലോപീഡിയ പോലെ എന്നെ പറയാൻ പ്രാപ്തനാക്കിയത് എൻ്റെ ഒരു അധ്യാപകനാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അത്തരത്തിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സയൻസാണ് ഇഷ്ടമെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ സ്വതലക്ഷ്മി വേണു മുന്നിൽ കണ്ടു, ഫാദർ മുന്നിൽ കണ്ടു, ഈ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഓരോ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളാണ് നാളത്തെ സയൻറ്റിസ്റ്റ്. ഇതിലെല്ലാവരും ഉണ്ട്, അല്ലേ? സയൻറ്റിസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. സോഷ്യൽ സ്റ്റഡീസ്, സോഷ്യലും ഇപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെയാണ്. റിസർച്ച് വഴിക്ക് PhD വഴിക്ക് തീസിസുകളും പേപ്പറുകളും സാമ്പത്തിക ശാസ്ത്രത്തിൽ എഴുതി അമർത്യ സെൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ നൊബൽ പ്രൈസ് വിന്നർ നമുക്കുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ സോഷ്യലും സാമൂഹ്യവും ഒരു ശാസ്ത്രമാണ്. പക്ഷേ ഈ ശാസ്ത്രം എന്നുള്ളൊരു വാക്കൊരിക്കലും സയൻസിന് കടെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. സയൻസ് പറഞ്ഞാൽ സയൻസാണ്. സയൻസ് പറയുമ്പോൾ സയൻസിന് എല്ലാ സമയത്തും ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ നേരിടേണ്ടി വരും. ചോദ്യങ്ങൾക്കുള്ള കൃത്യമായ തെളിവുകളും ഉത്തരങ്ങളും കൊടുക്കപ്പെടേണ്ടി വരും. ന്യൂട്ടൺ തിരുത്തപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ തിരുത്തപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഇനിയും തിരുത്തപ്പെടും. ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള തിരുത്തലുകൾ വരുത്താൻ കഴിയുന്ന വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളാണ് നിങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ ഉള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂളിലും വളരെ അഭിമാനത്തോടെ സ്നേഹത്തോടെ ഈ ടീച്ചർമാർ ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി ഇത്തരത്തിലൊരു മനോഹരമായ ചടങ്ങ് സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചതിന് അഭിനന്ദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്, നമ്മുടെ സ്റ്റീഫൻ അടക്കമുള്ള ടെക്നിക്കൽ ടീം ഒരേ സമയം ഇത് യൂട്യൂബിൽ സ്ട്രീം ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ലോകത്തിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ രക്ഷിതാക്കൾക്കും കാണാനുള്ള ഒരു സൗകര്യം കൂടി നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂള് രക്ഷിതാക്കളെ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് ഒരുക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ രക്ഷിതാക്കൾ എല്ലാവരും ഈ സൗകര്യം കൂടുതലായി ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് മുന്നോട്ടുള്ള യാത്രയിൽ കൂടുതൽ സയൻറ്റിസ്റ്റ് ഒരു 10 വർഷം കഴിഞ്ഞ് നോക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഇപ്പോൾ ഒക്കെ ഒരു ഇമാജിനേഷനിൽ നമ്മൾ കാണുന്നതാണ്, ഭാവനയിൽ കാണുന്നതാണ്. സ്റ്റീവ് ജോബ്സിനെ നിങ്ങൾ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. ആപ്പിൾ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു സാധനം, ഒരു കടിച്ച ആപ്പിളാണ് എൻ്റെ സിമ്പിൾ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടിട്ടുള്ളത്, അല്ലേ? ഇപ്പോൾ ഏറ്റവും ലാസ്റ്റ് വന്ന ക്ലബ് ഹൗസിലടക്കം ഒരു ഡ്രീമിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ, ഒരു ആവശ്യത്തിൻ്റെ മുകളിലാണ് എല്ലാ സമയത്തും പുതിയ പുതിയ കണ്ടുപിടുത്തങ്ങൾ വരുന്നത്. അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ആവശ്യങ്ങൾ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ട്, അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്, അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള സ്റ്റീവ് ജോബ്സ്, ദ ഓൺലി വേ ടു ഡു ഗ്രേറ്റ് വർക്ക് ഈസ് ടു ലവ് വാട്ട് യു ഡു എന്നാണ്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമുള്ളത് കൂടുതലായി ചെയ്യാൻ, സയൻസിനെ നിങ്ങൾ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കൂടുതൽ സമയം ലാബിൽ എക്സ്പെരിമെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു താല്പര്യം സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് വരും. അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള താല്പര്യങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് കൂടുതൽ ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്തിക്കൊണ്ട്, നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കുന്ന വിഷയത്തെ കൂടുതൽ സ്നേഹിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്, കൂടുതൽ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്, ഉത്തരങ്ങൾ തേടിക്കൊണ്ട്, സ്നേഹത്തോടെ സന്തോഷത്തോടെ നല്ലൊരു ഭാവി ഈ ഇരിക്കുന്ന മിടുക്കന്മാർക്കും മിടുക്കൾക്കും ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി എൻ്റെ സയൻസ് ഡേ വിഷസ്. താങ്ക് യു. താങ്ക്സ് ഓൾ. താങ്ക് യു.
Thank you, sir, for presenting your precious thoughts and inspiring words. Now, I would like to request Administrative Father Paul Perrier to speak a few words.
Respected guests on the dais and off the dais. Today, what I want to speak is, when we celebrate this World Science Day, it comes to my mind that it is a change in our life. We are constantly changing. We were in Stone Age, and now we are in the modern age. So it is what makes this change is mainly it is science. We know, as he said, necessity is the mother or father, whoever it be, is the of invention. So when there is some dire need, it leads to inventions. And I would also like to say that when science makes us to improve from our barbarianism to civilization. For example, you may be knowing if you have visited some police stations, or you would have heard about how the police prove the guilty, how the police prove the crimes. It was till a few years back, it was through tortures. Police were torturing the criminals or the people who are alleged crimes. So we can see now it is not so that possible. Mere torture is not, that will not do any good, and that is a violation of the human rights also. So we have changed a lot, and we are adopting scientific methods to prove crimes, the criminals. So in the same way, we are constantly changing from Stone Age to the modern age, in the way whenever we are faced with some threats, some dire needs, that paves the way for new inventions. So we know, as when we came here on the entrance, we saw that sanitizer method. So that's also this corona, this pandemic has led to many inventions in our life. The climatic change also compel us to invent new methods to face those challenges. So let us grow from our barbarianism to civilization. Let us constantly change. Let us submit ourselves for change. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for your valuable words. Our life is an experiment. The more experiments we make, life gets better and better. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with my philosophical thoughts. So we have Nanda here to take us through a splendid journey to the magical world of science filled with experiments. Before we start, I request all our dignitaries to be seated off the dais.
Science. How interesting, isn't it? Okay, now the first word that comes into my mind when I hear the word science is curious. We should be curious to know what's happening in the world and how things are being done. I'm walking right now. What makes me walk in such a steady manner? I would say it's physics. Yes, the force of friction makes this possible. Okay, now let's look at the ornaments. Let it be the rings or necklace or anything. What makes it just beautiful and finely finished? I would say it's chemistry. Yes, the process of electroplating makes this. Okay, now let's make it even more simpler. I'm speaking right now. Does my words and sound just randomly come like that? No, it doesn't. There are a number of processes in our body beyond belief responsible for this. Let's try to make sense of what we see and create and be curious. I welcome you all to Eureka, the series of wonders. Now, I welcome Ashwin from class 6 to solve something that I never could. Yes, solving the Rubik's Cube. Let's start. Start. Ashwin has won prize for the Summer Flames in the year 2020-21 for solving 3x3 Rubik's Cube in just 57 seconds. Let's cheer him up, guys. He's done with one cube. One more remaining. Come, let's cheer him up. That was an amazing performance. He completed all the 3 cubes in just 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Thank you, Ashwin. And surprisingly, the sanitizer which we all use before coming into the auditorium was made for him. I would like to thank Ashwin for all his talents in various fields. Now, let's be prepared to watch out our young scientists with their experiments.
Good afternoon all. Myself Rachel. I am Lisha. Today we are going to do a fantastic magic. For that, We need a magic juice and these liquids. Now we are going to pour this magic juice into these liquids. See what magic we are going to do now. This is the juice. Amazing colors, right? Fantastic! The color changed to violet. Amazing, right? Variety of colors, violet, pink, etc. Do you want to know the reason behind it? Yes, we will say. This is not a magic juice. It's a red cabbage leaf crushed juice. This is water. This is vinegar. This is Sprite. This is club soda. This is vinegar. This is apple cider. This is a window cleaner, and this is bleach. Do you want to know the chemistry behind it? Yes, we will see. The concentration of the hydrogen ion is called the pH scale. Low pH corresponds to high hydrogen ion concentration and vice versa. An acid is a substance that when added to water increases the concentration of hydrogen ion or lowers the pH. A substance that reduces the concentration of hydrogen ion or raises the pH is called a base. Now look at the screen. This is what we observed here. Hope it was a useful experiment. Thank you.
Wow, that was interesting, isn't it? Thank you, Lisha and Rachel from class 6 for showing that we do have a lot of acid, bases and neutral substances in our kitchen itself. I would say that chemistry is everywhere. Now let's be ready to witness the new experiment.
Hello everyone, I'm Nandana and this is Manis. We all wear jewelry, right? Right? Do you guys know what is the principle behind the coating of this jewelry? Yeah, it is electroplating. We are here to show you guys how this electroplating exactly works. So for this experiment, you need a beaker with water in it and copper sulfate crystals, and you need connecting wire, alligator clips, battery and a metal. Here we have taken steel. We need at least 10 seconds for this reaction to happen. Okay, let's wait for 10 seconds. 1, 2, can you guys please count with me? It will be even more fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, here it is. This may look like a small experiment, but this has an important role in our day-to-day life. Even the coins we use and the mobile phone, all the devices is electroplated. It helps to prevent corrosion and to increase the luster property of the metal. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Okay, now that was wonderful, isn't it? Yes? Thank you, Manas and Nandana from class 11 for showing us. Let's appreciate them, guys. Yes, chemistry makes our life beautiful just like it makes those bangles and ornaments beautiful, right? It's not over yet. Still we have more. Let's wait for the next one.
Hey Srirag, what are you doing?
Got a magnetic pendulum.
Oh, how far this is swinging. But wait, I'll show you a magic trick, okay? And I need your help, okay? Can you please hold this right here? And you should release it only on my count, okay? 3, 2, 1. Stop. You see that?
How is that possible? Could you do it once again? Does aluminum attract with magnet?
This aluminum never attract magnets. It's pure magic.
Could you do it once again?
Yeah, I'm just doing a magic. Can I do it one more? I need your help, okay? Release it only when I say it, okay? Go on. Stop. You see that?
Hey, this is not magic. It's pure science. I'll show you another trick.
How is that possible?
I'll explain the science behind this. The word eddy literally means a circular current. Here, the magnet is not attracted to aluminium. The magnet passing over a conductive metal creates a circular electric current called eddy currents. The eddy currents creates their own magnetic field, which opposes the field of the magnet, thus creating a slow drag. One of the applications of eddy current is eddy current brakes or magnetic braking. Given below are some of the situations which make use of eddy current braking system. Zip lines, gym equipment, roller coasters, and high-speed trains. Thank you.
Wow! Let's give them a huge round of applause for showing such amazing magics. Thank you, Srirag, Sri Krishna, and Navajit from class 11 for showing that even zip liners and roller coaster, which is scary but still we do enjoy it, has a lot of physics in it. Now let's see and watch the next one.
No, I haven't glued it.
Then how is it possible?
It's friction. Wait, I'll explain. We just saw how difficult it is to separate two books whose pages has been overlapped. It seems like we have applied a bucket of glue here, but it's just the friction. Though the friction between the pages is pretty minimal, but when we multiply it hundreds of times, depending upon the number of pages being overlapped, we end up getting an amount of force that is insurmountable. Trying to separate these books by pulling their spine is incredibly difficult. When we pull, the pages get squeezed more and the friction between them just increases. As you can see in the image, two interleaved telephone books can even lift a car. One of the familiar examples of this concept is how a sailor ties the ship to the dock post by just wrapping the rope around it several times. The friction between the loops of the ropes creates such a strong connection that no ship can pull it loose. Pulling will only make it tighter. So that's the simple science behind this. Thank you.
Thank you, Hiba, Lakshmi, Shashank, and Adityan from class 11. As I said earlier about chemistry, the same way physics is also everywhere.
Ria, it's amazing. Let me also have a try.
Of course, Trinetra. Here.
Oh no, it's not working. Oh no, it's not working. What happened?
Do you see a tape there?
Yes.
First, take it off.
Okay. Oh no, there's a hole in it.
Yes, I know. Now try blowing the balloon.
Okay. Wow, it's working.
Amazing, right? The air inside the bottle escapes through the hole, so the balloon inflates. Now try closing the hole after inflating the balloon.
Okay. It's wonderful. I can see the surface of the balloon. The air is not coming out. I can even put a pen inside it. How to take the balloon out? It's not coming.
Don't use your force. Use air. Blow through the hole.
Okay. Wow, now it's wonderful. Now I am also going to fill the balloon with water and tie it. I will also have a water balloon in the bottle. Let me have a look. Yes, of course. Wow, is this magic?
No, it's science. Now let me explain the science behind this experiment to you. When the balloon is kept inside the bottle, it will not inflate since the bottle is already filled with air. This is a great demonstration that air takes up space. When you punch a hole in the bottle, the air molecules inside the bottle have an exit. They are pushed out as the balloon fills the space inside, resulting a room for the balloon to inflate. If the hole is closed, the balloon will remain inflated. This is because the higher air pressure inside the balloon pushes upward harder than the low pressure air in the bottle. When the hole is unplugged, the air rushes back into the bottle. The air pressure increases inside the bottle and collapses the balloon. To take the water balloon out, we have to blow through the hole. The air that got inside the bottle will push the balloon out. When water is poured into the balloon with the hole closed, the water will remain inside the balloon. Once the hole is unplugged, the air rushes back into the bottle, pushing the balloon out. Water out of the balloon. Myself, Riya Prasad of grade 9B.
Trinetra V of grade 9A. I'm Lisha of grade 6B.
Thank
you.
Even I love drinking juices, but I didn't know that we had a lot of physics involving in it. Thank you, Trinetra and Riya from class 9 for showing us the experiment of air pressure. Now let's call upon the next participants.
Good evening to one and all present here. Can all of you use a dictionary? Well, I'm sure that the answer will be yes. But have you ever used a natural dictionary?
Well, Advait is referring to a herbarium. Herbarium means herb plus arium, which literally means a place to store plants. It's actually a sheet of paper containing dried and pressed plant specimens.
Yes, Akshaya, herbarium is used to preserve plant specimens. It is used to study about plants in a particular region. Herbarium helps us to learn about plants which have now become extinct, as herbarium can be preserved for hundreds of years. Also, the herbarium can also be used to learn about various parts of a plant such as leaves, flowers, fruits, etc.
Yes, anybody can make a herbarium with a little skill and lot of patience. The technique lies in completely drying the plant material under sheets of paper, and it is the rectangular sheet of paper is called herbarium. The details present in herbarium sheet: date and collection, English, local and botanical name, name of family, and collector's name.
Now we can take a look at some of the herbaria of algae, ferns, conifers and flowering plants. Now you can look at the brown alga Padina. As mentioned by Akshaya, you can see all the characteristic features of a herbarium in the sheet. Also, you can see the image in which the brown alga is shown. Also, the brown alga, we all know that this brown alga is found in oceans.
And this is a red alga, Gracilaria, which is mostly seen in oceans, and these are used for making jellies and jams.
And now this is fern Atherium. The characteristic feature of ferns is that they contain lots of spores.
And this is a fern, Shailanthus, and this is commonly known as Sanjeevani. We don't know whether this is a Sanjeevani brought by Hanuman for curing Lakshman.
And next, this is water fern Salvinia. Ferns are generally found on land, but this is a special type of fern which is found in water.
And this is Pinus, a conifer, and the leaves are needle-shaped. And the cones of this tree are called wood flowers.
And next, this is Tuja, a conifer. This plant is commonly called Saraswati plant. Generally, in Hindu mythology, there is a belief that keeping this plant between books helps to attain knowledge.
And this is a monocoria, an aquatic plant, mostly seen in water.
And next, this is Limnophylla hectrophylla. The term hectrophylla itself means that it contains different types of leaves.
And this is mangrove plant, and they are mostly seen in marshy areas.
And next, this is Indigofera, an indigo plant. Generally, the blue dye is extracted from this plant. As mentioned by our manager father, Rupert, this plant is used in giving color to the clothes.
And this is Calicopteris floribunda, the Varavelli plant.
And next, this is Forana paniculata, which is a total parasite. Since this plant is totally parasitic, this plant does not contain any leaves but lots of flowers through which it propagates.
And this is another parasite, Striga, and they are root parasite.
And now you can see Utricularia, which is commonly called bladderwort. We all know that animals depend directly or indirectly on plants for survival. But have you ever heard of plants eating animals? Have you? If not, this plant is an insectivorous plant in which you can see the bladders over there. And in the bladders, insects will be trapped and they digest them using special types of enzymes. Hope you have enjoyed our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. I knew that trees could speak volumes, but I wasn't aware that twigs of the trees have language of their own. Thank you, Akshaya, Advaid, and Varsha for enlightening us.
Good afternoon. Myself Shivani and Parvati are here to experiment the elephant toothpaste.
Things we need: measuring cylinder, 30% hydrogen peroxide, dishwash, and potassium iodide.
So first we need to add 30% hydrogen peroxide. And then we'll be adding dishwash. And at last we'll be adding the magical ingredient potassium iodide. So the potassium iodide.
Well, why don't you first see the magic and then get to know about the chemistry behind this experiment?
Yeah, sure. Whoa, amazing, isn't it? So, how does this reaction occur? The potassium iodide reacts with the hydrogen peroxide by removing an oxygen atom. The Ki thus produced acts as a catalyst by separating the oxygen from hydrogen peroxide. The oxygen gas thus produced gets trapped in the dishwash, thus creating the big ball of foam.
Hope you all understood this experiment. Thank you.
Wow, the name of the experiment is itself very catchy, elephant toothpaste. But there's nothing related to elephant or toothpaste in this. It's just pure chemistry. Thank you, Parvati and Shivani from class 9 for showing us this. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Aladdin. Everyone likes Aladdin, right? So for me, more interesting than Aladdin is the genie inside. So today, myself, Nanda, and Daya are going to show you how genie is made through chemistry. Jim, boom, ba.
So here the genie comes. The real chemistry behind this is that the reaction of hydrogen peroxide and potassium permanganate. It is a very vigorous reaction in which the oxygen and steam are the byproducts. Thank you.
Hope everyone enjoyed the experiments and found it interesting. Yes, science generates solutions for everyday life and helps us to answer the mysteries of the world. Without science, there is no human growth, no technological advances, and knowledge generation. The world stagnates. As APJ Abdul Kalam said, creativity is seeing the same thing but thinking differently. So let's be creative with a curious mind. Thank you.
Wow, wasn't that a commendable movie?
Yes, indeed it was impressive. Our students have not only excelled in our school competitions, but also have exhibited their talents as young innovators organized by Bharat Mata High Secondary School, where several exhibits from various schools participated. In the senior category, Advait Yu and Sri Krishna of grade 11 have received an award for their exhibit Water Rocket. Doesn't it sound interesting and intriguing at the same time? So in order to quench our thirst of curiosity, we have their presentation of the water rocket. Let's watch the video.
Hello everyone, this is the video of a fully reusable rocket. Here you can see the reusable booster stage made of bottle and the reusable landing stage made of cardboard. How this model works? This model works on the principle of Newton's third law of motion. In this system, we have used water as a fuel and the pump is used to pressurize the inside of the body to provide thrust for the rocket. With air pressure, the rocket moves upwards about 50 feet high from where the two stages separate and the parachute opens so that the launcher reaches back safely. Also, the second stage, fly back to Earth. Today, we do not completely reuse the rocket, but they can be modified in such a way that the whole system can be reused. Thus, we can reduce expense as well as we can reduce pollution caused by the space junk. Also, the space junk can be brought back to Earth so that it can be recycled. This is the process that is going to happen in the future. Thank you.
Because of the non-feasibility of showing this model live here, we have shown this as a video, and I hope you have enjoyed our video.
That was really amazing and interesting too. Moving ahead in the junior category, Amit G will receive the award for his exhibit Hyperm. So let's watch Amit's presentation live on stage.
Hello. Okay. So a very warm good afternoon to all. Myself Amit Girish. I'm from Standard 8B at Bharatmala CMI Public School here in Palakkad. Today I'd like to present this project. Its name is Hyper-M. This is the project. Okay, first I would like to ask everyone a question. Can anyone guess what this project might be? Correct answer, Deep. Okay. So this project, it basically works on our Arduino platform. Here, this is the chipboard. Okay. This project exactly works by this. Does anyone know what a beluga whale or a bat is? How do they move? They have very weak eyesight, right? But they are experts at navigating the deep ocean and, the night sky. Yes, ultrasonic waves to be precise. This is an ultrasonic transmitter, a US sensor. It has two eyes, we can say it like that. This one is called the transmit eye. It will transmit like this, boop, 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 and then when it touches an object, such as this, it will then reflect off the object, and then it will come back to the receive eye. So it will go like this, boop, boop, beep, 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 and then this ultrasonic sensor receives that data, processes it, and sends it to the Arduino board. The programming of the Arduino board has made this data into sound waves using this buzzer. It's a piezoelectricity buzzer, a piezo buzzer. And we can know how much distance away is it. For example, let me just demonstrate. Okay, I'll switch the device on. I don't have the cable now, so I'll just explain how it works. Okay. I connect the battery to it and it switches itself on. Okay, and then it sends a USB beep. In the first video, I've created a video of this. Okay, just a little bit more. Yes, here.
For distance 2. For distance 3. For distance 4.
Okay, as we just saw, in the first part, I kept a distance of 30 centimeter, 1 foot away from this project here. And then the signal came, touched my hand and went back. It beeped thrice. Then I moved up to 1 meter away from the project and beeped twice after receiving the signal. Then I moved up to 4 meters away and then it received the signal but only transmitted 1 beep. Then when I came out of its range, above 5 meters, then it stopped sending any signals. It was because it was out of range to measure. This project has many uses that can be utilized. For example, it can be used as a home security system to prevent thieves from breaking into cases and jewelry heists. Here, can be used as a car parking sensor to prevent collision between 2 cars or objects on a wall nearby when they are parking. It can be used as a device to help the blind. I know that part might be a little bit rough, so this gift should help. Excuse me. Okay. See that the sticker is sending a signal: green, yellow, red. The green means okay, we can walk there. The yellow means okay, maybe it's a good decision to move. The red means let's move immediately. You're going to hit into something. This device can help the blind navigate through many roads, etc. safely without crashing into anyone or anything. Can be used as a radar. You know, many planes have devices called radars, right? It works on radio frequencies. Okay, they send radio signals out onto the ground as well as in the air to see whether there are any planes or any other objects in the sky flying near them and how the terrain looks, whether it's safe to land or it's not. Okay. Many accidents have occurred because sometimes radars can get a little messy. They may send wrong signals. A scaled up version of my projects can also help with that. Can be also used as a handheld rangefinder to find the distance between a few things. For example, if I need to measure out how much is 28 centimeters, say, okay, I can program this into sending this many amount of beeps at a given time, and it can help me replace a ruler or so. And it can be used as an experimental platform for many projects to come. These are the apps and resources I used to make this project. So, if anyone has any questions, I'd like to answer them. Sure.
You say you used Arduino IDE and you say you used PictoBlox. Can you please explain the frequency between the ultrasonic sensor you used with the code?
Excuse me?
Can you please explain what you did with the code? What structure you made?
The whole structure?
Yes. Yes, just wait. You said, thank you. You said you made this with the code and you used Arduino. So just explain what pins you used. What's the way you made this code? You used PictoBlox and Arduino IDE. What else?
I used both in parallel. The IDE I used for the majority of the coding as it's a little bit difficult to work with, but it's easier for programming. While the PictoBlox app I used to help me get the correct notes and music into this. Can be programmed to any music as long as there's a speaker installed with it. Anyone else? Thank you all.
Amit, that was remarkable and very informative. The entire Bharat Mata family is definitely proud for your achievements. ahead, let's have a glimpse at the classroom activities performed by our students during the pandemic. Definitely depicts the hard work and dedication of our students. Can we have another round of applause for them? May I call our principal, Father Lintesh Anthony, to distribute the seeds and saplings as a continuation of our gardening contest, Summer Flames. I also request Santosh Kumari ma'am to announce the names.
Good evening to one and all gathered here. I request Father Anil to be distributing the saplings and the seeds. Class 1A, Alonzo Jivan. Alonzo. A little gardener. Eva Sejoy of class 1C. Katharina Soni of 3C. Katharina. Agnello Joel of 4th A. Diya Pradeep. Yes, 6th A, isn't it? 5th A. Last year you were in 5th. Last year in 5th. Nakul V, class 9B. Varunavi D of class 6th A. Abel Joji of class 2D. Udit Sri of class 1B. Syriac John of class 1B. Alan Girish of class 4B. Avni Rajiv of class 5B. And Amit Ji of 7B. Thank you, fathers. Thank you, fathers.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, father. I'm sure the seeds of knowledge you passed on to us will grow into massive trees of wisdom.
Now this is the time to acknowledge the talent of our hard-working students. We feel proud for having such determined students. I request our Honorable Principal Father and Chief Guest to step forward and give away the prizes. I also request Santosh Kumari ma'am to announce the winners.
Now we have come to the most awaited part of today's program, honoring our shining stars. Excellence comes from consistent efforts in any field, and we at Bharat Mata family strive to achieve excellence. It is a vision and mission of our principal father, Lintesh Anthony, that we walk towards a centum in every sphere of life. It is no wonder that our students are raising their benchmarks higher each time. A peep into the activities conducted during the year reveals their immense talents. We had organized various events under the heads of physicists, chemists, etc. And we were overwhelmed by the response that we received. We were so very pleased that each of them was better than the other. So please put your hands together for each of the student who has participated in all the events. Thank you so much. The award, which was introduced by Father, that is for scientific achievement of our students, and the title of the Golden Ring, which, since the golden color is the color of science and ring is the perfect shape. We also consider the runner-up as receiving the Silver Ring Award under each head. Today, the inauguration and initiation of the prestigious award, since we celebrate the International Science Day. Now, I call for the Silver Ring awardees. Please come to collect the awards when your names are called. And I request Father and Ma'am to please give away the prizes. The physicist, Nile NR of 7C. Please put your hands together. Thank you so much. For the chemist, we have Lisha S of 6th B. Parents, your encouragement is needed. They have put in a lot of efforts and they have come out as the best among the ladies. For biologist, we have Abin of 7th B. We also have the sculptor, who is Rushda S of 6th A. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I now request Father Rupert to do the honors. We have the silver ring for the electronics field, Adib Jafar of 8C. The young naturalist, Aaron Jidin of 8B. Now we have the Golden Ring awardees coming on stage. For the physicist, Amit G of 8B has received the Golden Ring. Please, yes, thank you so much. For the chemist, we have Albert Shijoy of 6C. Biologist is Gautam Remit of 7th B. As a sculptor and in modeling, we have Nived S of 7th A. Thank you, Father. May I now call upon Father Paul Paragil to come on stage and do the honors. In the field of electronics, we have Ashwin of 6C, a young genius. As the young naturalist, we have Anna Vijay of 8th B. We also have a special title initiated this year for the scholarly inclined in our students. I'm pleased to announce the names of our young scholars of the 8th grade, Amit G and Aaron Jidin, both of them studying in 8th B. Please put your hands together. Thank you so much. Thank you, Father. May I call upon Father Anil to do the honors. We also have awards for the students who had participated in the Young Innovators competition, which was organized by the Bharat Mata Higher Secondary School. Although the competition was not organized, or it was not a part of the science club, it is a matter of pride that we are able to have the students out of the 2 exhibits which were sent to the school. We have 1 prize each for the junior and senior categories. I now call upon Advait U and Sri Krishna of 11th A to receive the prizes of the Young Innovators. They had participated in the senior category as the water rocket that you saw. In the junior category, we have Amit Ji, who received the prize for his Hyper M. Thank you so much, fathers.
I request all the title winners of all the prize winners, both gold and silver rings, young scholars, and the students who won the prizes in the inter-school competitions to stay back once the program is got over for a photograph.
Now I would like to request Sri Lakshmi ma'am to come over and call the names of all the participants of the science club to give away small gifts as a token of appreciation. I request Principal Father to give away the gifts.
I'm extremely sorry. We also had the participation certificates for some of the students. Manas M. Nair and Navajit, who had participated in the Young Innovators, they have received participation certificates. Anna Tom also had received, but she isn't available here. Sorry for this late.
Now I would request Sri Lakshmi ma'am to come over and call the names of all the participants of the science club to give away small gifts as a token of appreciation. I also request Principal Father to give away the gifts.
Good afternoon all. As I call, students please come forward to stage. Rose Elizabeth. Akshaya Aravind. Advai Dew. Varsha B. Kaimal. Manas N. Nair. Daya Das. Nanda Haridas. Hiba Fatima. Lakshmi B. Nair. Navajit Prakash. Srirag S. Menon. Nandana K. Sri Krishna D. Shashidaran. Niti Rajesh. Prarthana Satish. Shivani Sajit Kumar. Adityan Tulasi. Shashank K. Lisha S. Lisha S. Rachel Joshi. Riya Prasad. Ashwin Krishna D. Trinetra V. Amit G. Thank you, Father. Thank you all.
Everything which begins has to come to an end, and I strongly believe every end paves a path for a new beginning. Let's make the end of this occasion with a vote of thanks and appreciation and gratitude to all those who made this evening a grand success. I request Varsha to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Guest, respected Reverend Manager Father, loving Principal Father, teachers, parents, and my dear friends, I, on behalf of Bharat Mata CMI Public School, would like to thank our Chief Guest, Ms. Swati Lakshmi Venu, who accepted our invitation to join this event in spite of her busy schedule. Thank you, ma'am. Our Reverend Manager Father, Rupert Panikulam, has always extended his incessant support, and it is always a pleasure to have your presence here, Father. So, with a privileged heart, I thank you for your presence and support. Thank you, Father. I would like to thank our beloved Principal Father, Lintesh Anthony, who always encouraged and stood by us as a pillar of strength. Thank you, Father. I would also express my heartfelt thanks to our Reverend Father Anil Talkotur for his vibrant spirituality that is always an inspiration for us. Thank you, Father. We would like to extend our gratitude towards our PTA President, Mr. Rajesh Shekhar, who always ensures a proper channel of coordination between all the parents and teachers. So, thank you, sir, for your presence. Also, I extend my heartfelt thanks to the whole technical team who is always there ready to help by doing selfless service. And with a deep sense of appreciation, I thank all our loving teachers for their untiring efforts and support. Thank you, teachers. I thank all our parents for supporting and encouraging us in this special occasion. Last but not the least, heartfelt thanks to all my dear friends for your cooperation and support. Thank you all once again. Let's all rise up for the national anthem.
Jana Gana Mana Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Jala Jaladi Taranga Tab Shubh Naame Jagi Tab Shubh Ashish Mangi Gahe Tab Jaya Gatha Jala Gala Mangala Dayak Jaya
Please do not leave. We request all the silver ring and golden ring participants to assemble on the stage.